Yeah, yeah. Fight world, we back in it. Yeah, let's talk about some stuff. See what y'all talking about. Hey yo. What's up? What's up? What's cracking? Eagle Army back on top of things. Talk some boxing. Shout out to Texas. What it do? What it do? I just feel like talking boxing. I was watching some of my Niners play. Now I want to talk some boxing. What up? Shout out to Detroit. Everybody's in here. Let's see where we're represented. Boxing Ego roll call. Let me know where y'all at, where y'all from. Charlotte. Ego, do you listen to Mac Dre? I'm from the 707, like Mac Dre. So yeah. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. North Carolina, Kansas City, KC, Zimbabwe, Brooklyn, Cali, Massachusetts, Palmdale, Brooklyn, LBC, Alabama, Fort Worth, Seattle, Jersey, DC, Bronx, St. Pete, Florida, Fort Myers, Inglewood, Waco, Texas, Harlem, UK, England, San Diego,
from moment to moment,
Minnesota, Salem, Winston,
and now,
Alaska, Rockford, East Oakland, you know what it is, town business, up in this, Georgia, up in this, Dallas. He said he repping Aerosmith all day. Dallas, Texas. I told y'all, Dallas, Texas be holding it down. I gotta come out there for a fight, man. North Carolina, Nebraska, Omaha, Delaware, Omaha. Man, we got a lot of people. So let's get to the boxing talk. Shout out to ATL, Garfield Park Boxing, Chicago, San Jose, AZ. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. was just in San Jose. Baltimore. We'll do another roll call at the end, but we got people in, so hit the like button and let's just talk about the boxing stuff. This is mind-boggling to me, to be honest. I'm flabbergasted. See, I gotta keep using words like this. Mind-boggling. Flabbergasted. Because this whole AJ Wilder fight is getting out of hand. And not in a good way. And the reason I say that is just like, you have fans. Shout out to Fairfield, California, my home. You got fans that are so, based on what they're saying, I guess I'm assuming, you go to Dallas, I'm gonna just shake your hand. Shout out to you. Yeah, I'll be out in Texas when they have a big fight again. Shit, I might even go for a Canelo Liam Smith just because Dallas and Texas be so real with the boxing fans. So if they have a fight like that level, I might even go. But anyway, this Joshua Wilder shit is crazy to me. This is crazy. You see the video of Luis Cuba Arias complaining about the blister on his foot. Listen, boxing is a gentleman's sport, and it's always it's always unflattering when the fighter does that. Like Donaire was getting fucked up by Rigondeaux, and he was holding his glove like this, moonwalking, and after he's talking about, oh, I'm gonna get a shoulder surgery. I've been wanting to get it for a while. Like, no, nobody's trying to hear none of that. Because before you were saying Rigondeaux wasn't it, and who is he, and nobody really cares about the fight. So don't bring up shoulders, and you know what I mean? Like, even Gerald Big Baby Miller, what he did, I understand it, because he got the TKO stoppage, but after he said it wasn't my best performance, I'm not satisfied with my performance, but I had an elbow injury in camp. But you can do that when you win the fight. So shout out to Gerald Big Baby Miller. Even though he didn't like his performance, he talked about an injury he sustained. He talked about it, but he won the fight. You know what I'm saying? So for Luis Cuba Arias, that it doesn't make you look good. Like, you lost 12 rounds out of 12 rounds easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen Muhammad Ali and other fighters fight with broken jaws. Different fighters, like Sean Porter, literally last week I was there. He fought from round 5 through 12 against a game, durable. Obviously, he got like that adamantium chin, Adrian Granados, and Sean Porter I talked to them personally, and after the fight, and they told me they've never received an injury in fight like that. And he says, Kenny told me basically Sean Porter was like kind of panicking. He was like starting to check out. So Kenny Porter had to, like, you know what I mean, deal with his son and speak to him in terms that he would understand. Like, yo, you got this. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't take it there. But anyway, shit like that happens in the combat sport. It's a brutal sport. You know what I mean? That's like David Haye talking about his pinky toe. Klitschko beat you. A lot of people have faith that you could beat Klitschko. It didn't happen. You live to fight another day. Go back to the drawing board, you and John David Jackson. But nobody, like, I haven't really seen it where the fans get behind that injury stuff after when someone loses in a disappointing fashion. You know what I mean? It just sounds like sore loser stuff. You know what I mean? Because I heard Bermain Severn was talking about, I got hit in the back of the head. Like, that doesn't make, it's no one likes to lose. Trust me. You talking to the king of people who don't like to lose. I'm an Aries. I'm headstrong. I'm stubborn. I hate fucking losing. But I'm still a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I got an L, like, you know what I'm saying? Then it is what it is. I made my bed. I'm just going to be like, fuck, why'd I do that? But I'm not going to make excuse. Like, for example, Danny Garcia, I picked him in the 7 reasons. You know what I mean? I picked him to beat Keith Thurman. I said via decision. Keith Thurman got a split decision or whatever over him. I was wrong. So I didn't really make excuses and say, I said, Keith Thurman, congrats. You did your thing. I didn't say like, oh, Danny really won. Even though people were trying to say Danny won. I gave Keith Thurman his props. Like, Keith Thurman, you did that. You rocked Garcia early, and it took him a while to get in the fight. It was too little too late. So you win. So nobody likes to lose, but the excuses after, and especially when you shit talked Jacobs beforehand in the fashion you did, who's hitting the deck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, no one's trying to hear excuses like that. Just my 2 cents. L Dog, New Zealand, $10 super chat. Shmoney Gang. Opinions on Artur Betterbiev. How does he match up against Kovalev, Stevenson, Badu, Jack, etc.? His fight yesterday was pretty boring from what I've seen. But I mean, just to put full disclosure out there, I didn't watch it from start to finish uninterrupted because I was mostly watching the HBO card, and then like on breaks and in between rounds and certain parts I would go to the Betterbiev fight, what, you know what I mean, in between the Gerald Miller fight or whatever was happening concurrently. So I didn't just sit back and watch it, but I watched enough of the rounds, and I was like, you know what I mean, I even did the picture thing. He got the knockout in the 12th round, but the fight, I don't know. It just, he didn't. I expected more. See, and the thing is, like, it's funny because Danny Jacobs, people were like, oh, that was lackluster. It was boring. Jacobs should have been able to knock him out. But Betterbiev's known as a knockout artist, and he's been plowing through people. And he fought someone who, in my opinion, Coling for a title or whatever. That was a title fight. And this Coling dude, to me, is less notable or less noted in his respective division than Luis Cuba Arias is. You know what I mean? Arias had been creeping closer to getting like title shot contention. You know what I'm saying? And no, he didn't what? Oh, y'all don't file for that. I seen that comment. People are just trolling. What was a good fight? People are just trolling. Don't bite it. So I don't know. Maybe I overestimated Betterbiev, like where he's at right now. And the funny thing about Betterbiev is this. See, this is what separates real channels and like real, not just channels, but just real motherfuckers who know what they're talking about when it comes to boxing. And I feel like I'm one of those people, because you notice every single time that that you guys ask me about Daniel Dubois, Anthony Yard, Josh Kelly, all them guys like that, I tell y'all the same thing. I'm like, keep doing it. Bevo, all them dudes, keep doing it, more of it. Step up in competition, step up, so we can really see. I say the same thing every time. So all them dudes, Anthony Yard, Bevo, Daniel Dubois, all them guys, they look like they're doing their thing. Josh Kelly, but we still got to see them step up in competition to see what they're really made of. You know, I say the same thing all the time. If you really watch my streams and my lives and my regular videos and stuff. But people so quick. Now, I rate Betterbiev. I think he's a top person. But people were like going too far and saying Andre Ward, because Betterbiev was getting close to becoming Andre Ward's Mando. And people were saying Ward retired in fear of Betterbiev, right? And based on what Betterbiev showed yesterday versus, I don't even know his first name, but Coling, for a title shot, is he fucking with, at this point in his career, would he be fucking with Andre Ward? Like, really? Coling was in survival mode. And the funny thing, like I said, I'm gonna tie the two fights together since they happened on the on the same night. People keep criticizing Daniel Jacobs. Oh, he should have got the stoppage. But even with a gun-shy, hesitant opponent, I think Jacobs had a more noted guy in his division that was undefeated that he was up against. Coling, I don't know if he was undefeated. I don't really know much about him. And Jacobs looked sharper to me with a gun-shy opponent. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, so the common denominator with Betterbiev's opponent and Jacobs' opponent last night was they were both probably felt the power and they were in kind of a survival mode, right? All right, we got our first block. Adrian Wilkins, he said, "Nigga, your news is late." Okay, and you blocked. Shut up. What are you talking about? My news is late. You late. You blocked. Get out of here. But anyway, to me, considering they had similar obstacles in front of them, and I do think Luis Cuba Arias is a better middleweight than Coling is at light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? And I thought Jacobs looked sharper with a gun-shy, hesitant opponent than Betterbiev looked. And rightfully so. Jacobs just came out a 12-rounder with Golovkin, so the experience. Betterbiev has an amateur experience, but as a pro, he ain't really beat nobody. You know what I'm saying? So Betterbiev is good, and he definitely has the palate that he can. He has a palate you can work with, and he can keep growing from that. But from what I see, like Gerald Big Baby Miller, Artur Betterbiev, both of them, I think they both have a good canvas, a good foundation. But are they there and ready to beat the best of the best right now? I don't know. See, Coling wasn't undefeated. He was 23-1. You know what I'm saying? I seen some vulnerabilities there. But like I said, y'all jump the gun every fucking time with these people, and we don't know if they're flash of the pan type fighters. You know what I mean? Like Shabransky. They say, oh, Ward's ducking Shabransky. He's ducking Betterbiev, Vodstick. All these dudes, who have they really fought? And I'm not roasting, because they might be the illest light heavyweights we've seen in the last 10 years. But I'm saying, based on what they've showed us, how do we know? How do we know Vodstick? I seen it. I watched it. I was at one of his fights, covering one of his fights. He got knocked down by dude. I think it was on the Crawford postal card. Do your research. See, I'm everywhere. You ain't never there. So, I mean, because you beat Craig Baker or somebody like that, or Yuniskip Gonzalez after Jean Pascal beat him, or Betterbiev knocks out Tavoris Cloud after B-Hop beat. Like, we have to see more. Like, and see, this is the thing. I'm a realist. I don't care. I understand these guys aren't gonna just immediately fight Kovalev or the best of the best. You have to build up. Anthony R, all these guys, but don't rate them as Andre Ward's ducking them, a proven certified light heavyweight or just fighter in general. You know what I'm saying? That's where I draw the line to Sam. Vodstick, he might be the truth. I just seen him. He's in shape. He was at the Crawford and Dongo card. He actually showed me something in that because he was like setting things up in boxing. He used his legs well and stuff like that. But everybody wants to anoint somebody without the person even working for it. You know what I mean? Like Andre Ward, he's ducking Betterbiev because you say he is. He's ducking Vodstick and Shabransky, and then Shabransky can't even beat a guy that Ward beat, Sullivan Barrera. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So to me it don't work like that. They say Badu Jack was ducking Bivol. What the fuck has Bivol done? Because even his first round knockout that he just got on HBO, who the fuck was he even fighting? You know what I'm saying? So that's cool with where he's at in his career, but to go out and really read the comments and really say that Badu Jack, who's accomplished a lot more, and I'm not saying Bivol can't beat him, but we have to see that. You know what I'm saying? But to act like Badu Jack, who's fought better people than what Bivol has showed at this point, he's fought more experienced guys. To say he's ducking Bivol just sounds stupid. To say Ward went into retirement because of Betterbiev or Vodstick sounds stupid to me. And that's just it. Triple G versus Ward, man, I wouldn't want to see that. Triple G would get chopped up to smithereens. If he fought Ward at 68, we wouldn't even be worried about Canelo Triple G rematch. Because he would have got, man, trust me. Triple G wanted no smoke. This is the crazy thing about fans. The fans will hear a fighter say something, and then they'll act like they didn't hear it and make it. Triple G literally has an interview, and he was like, "Hey, no." He's like, "What about Andre Ward?" He said, "Hey, no. Ward, he's a good fighter. I respect him. He's too much for me." He said he's too much for me. Oh, that's the language barrier. Nah, the motherfucker, he know enough English, and he said he's too much for me. He know what that shit means. What are y'all talking about? Like, how Golovkin speaks, and like when he's saying good boy and all that stuff, we understand him perfectly. You know what I mean? But now all of a sudden, he doesn't speak. When he was calling out Canelo, I understood exactly what the fuck Golovkin was saying. Hey, no, all the belts not for future. Give me the belt now. You know what I'm saying? I understood all that shit. So now all of a sudden, when someone asked him about Andre Ward back then, and he's talking about, hey, no, he's too much for me. Too much for me right now. Oh, he didn't mean that. It's a language barrier. Nah, because when Max Kellerman was saying, hey, do you want to fight Canelo in the future? He said, hey, no, Max, not for future. Like, he didn't want no future. So don't act like you don't understand Golovkin or he can't understand English. Like, he was understanding English just fine because he was on Canelo's neck. He was at Canelo's neck, and we understood everything. I respect box. No, not for future. You know what I'm saying? But now he says something about Ward. Oh, it's the language barrier. No, he said he's too much for me. He know what that shit means. Yeah, y'all be trying your best to make Kovalev pointing a picture with a monkey shirt like, hey, Adonis, this is you, motherfucker. Oh, he didn't mean it like that. He doesn't know that calling black people monkeys is offensive. Like, okay, I'm sure he don't know that's offensive. Like, I mean, any race, who would want to be called a monkey? Like, real shit. Like, who? Like, oh, I just got called a monkey. Like, who's happy to be called a monkey? Like, really? But y'all be making these dumbass excuses. Kovalev didn't mean it like that. He doesn't know about this monkey shit. Conor McGregor, he don't know that calling black people monkeys or implying that or saying something that's weird. If you talking about Rocky Balboa, out of all the Rocky movies, I never said, man, I gotta watch that Rocky 2 movie again so I can see them dancing monkeys. I didn't even remember no dancing monkey scene. You know what I'm saying? So like, y'all know what it is. and people be slipping at the tongue, saying slick shit, whether they're actually racist or if they just want to get under the person's skin or whatever, and then y'all be acting like, he didn't mean it like that. You don't know what the fuck he meant. You know what I mean? Y'all doing all this monkey shit. A lot of y'all are real monkeys. Fuck it. See, that's what I can say. I can call my audience monkeys because I'm my own boss. Can't nobody. I'm gonna fire myself. Y'all people that I put in the hot seat. Y'all the fucking monkeys. Saying that stupid shit. That's why you get filleted and flamed up in this hot seat. That's why I love putting, monkey. That's why I love putting you monkeys in the hot seat. Cause y'all be like, y'all say that dumb shit, and then it comes to that hot seat and y'all get flamed up. You be like, Andre Ward a bitch. And then you can't explain it. So yeah, man, don't get me started. But yeah, man, we just gotta get back to some real boxing chat. And like, stop making excuses. Now, back to Wilder, because we got sidetracked with like prematurely giving guy credit. I mean, even to me, like Vasyl Lomachenko, good fighter. Let him be a good fighter and let him earn his keep. You know, somebody know hip hop? What's the beginning of Regulators? Regulators, mount up. And he's like, you can't be any geek off the street. You gotta earn your keep. That little spiel. Alright, we got our first hot seat victim. The boss, we gonna treat you like an employee. We'll see if you a boss. He says Deontay and Boxingego, quote, if it ain't black, it ain't right, LOL. So Deontay is his own person, so I can't speak on behalf of him, but I can't speak on me. So when have I ever said, quote, if it ain't black, it ain't right, LOL? You in the hot seat. Explain to the fans when I've ever said that. When have I ever said if it ain't black, it ain't right? See? We got a monkey. We got a monkey in the hot seat. Let's see him try to backtrack and bring up other shit. When have I ever said that? When have I ever said anything remotely close to that? That's all you praise. So, once again, that's all I praise. No examples. I told y'all we got a monkey in the hot seat right now. That's all you praise, but you gave near example. Why can't you? If that's all I praise, keyword, operative word being all, then why can you not give me one example of how that's all I praise? We're waiting. See, you guys are idiots that try to turn this into like racism. Like, I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'll after I fry you, we'll keep going. So anyway, how is that all I praise? I did a live stream yesterday, and I said Canelo's one of my favorite fighters, and he doesn't even look Mexican, but he is Mexican, and he's not black. So if that's all I praise, why did I say that on live stream yesterday? Anybody who was on the late night live stream could have heard that. So where's your examples? We're waiting on the example, monkey. I told you this shit is too easy. I told you, y'all not gonna be throwing dirt and mudslides and like poop and all shit on my name. You're gonna speak to it and you're gonna have to answer that. All I praise is black fighters, but where come with it? How does that all I praise? How is that all I praise? And you're in the hot seat. That's not Eddie Hearn. Just because it says Eddie Hearn with the generic Eddie Hearn picture, please stop before you get blocked. Anyway, back to the real victim. Yo, one of my moderators block this fake Eddie Hearn. That's not the real Eddie Hearn, please. The guy that has an Eddie Hearn picture, who's a stalker of Eddie Hearn. Shout out to Eddie Hearn, good card for the USA first debut. Please block this fake Eddie Hearn. And then let's get back to my hot seat victim. So where's this all I praise is black people shit? See, that's what I'm telling you, yo. It's a new breed. It's a new breed. Like, y'all can't just say. See, on the videos, that's why you see more live streams too, because now I can talk back. Now we can put you on Front Street when you ain't talking right and when you can't back up what you say. Did anyone get the fake Eddie Hearn out of here, please? So how do I only praise black fighters or whatever you were talking about? All right, let's block him because he ain't answering. He's ducking. Hold on. What was it? Anybody remember his name? We'll find it. Hold on. We got some work to do. I don't think my moderators are in here. We got to clean up the chat. Block L. Everybody put your L's. I told you his name was the boss. Not looking like much of a boss to me. Like I said, listen. If I said I feel someone is racist, trust and believe that I can at least give you a few, or at least with the bare minimum, I can at least give you one example of what makes me think that that person is a racist. Someone said the boss got fired. That is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? You said, dude talking about, oh, all you praise is black fighters. See, this is the problem. You're saying, all right, Scummy. So you take the boss's place. We got another hot seat. Everybody get your popcorn. Scummy, we're going to treat you like scum. He says, ego, you always saying black fighters are better. When have I ever said black fighters are better? You're fucking lying. Bye-bye, Scummy. But I'm gonna let you finish like Kanye. When did I ever say that? When did I ever say that black fighters are better? I've never said that. Show and prove. I got a computer right here. Tell me what video or whatever where I allegedly say it. Instagram post. When have I ever said black fighters are better? And that's a super ambiguous and bold statement. Black fighters just automatically better. So anyway, Scummy, when have I said that? Someone said the scummy of the earth. That's funny. You guys are hilarious right now. See how long it takes for them to rebuttal? I see why your name is Scummy, because you scum. Only scum would make up something about somebody, because you're a scumbag. He said I said black fighters are better than everyone. When have I ever said that? Name one video. Chill, I was joking. Well, guess what? We're not joking and you're blocked. L. See, we don't have time for the foolishness. He said, chill, I was joking, black. Okay. Chill. You blocked for being scummy. Listen. And see, this is the thing. With text and internet technology and stuff like that, nobody can tell if you're joking or not, especially if you don't put, hey, I'm just kidding or anything like that. So there might be people that believe you. So I'm not letting somebody slander everything I've worked for and the brand and name that I've built with some stupid shit. You know what I mean? Talking about I said, oh, black fighters are the best. I never said that. But see, here's the thing that I will say. This is the thing. There are, not just in boxing, but in sports, there are a lot of top-level African-American fighters. Did I say they're the only ones that exist in all sports and they run all? I didn't say that. But that's the thing. The actual racist people, they don't want you to give credit because there's an influx of fighters that are African-American fighters that are good. So it's like they want to pin you down as you're racist. I'm not racist. Okay, put it this way. Who are the best fighters at welterweight? You guys tell me who the best fighters are. name your top 5 best fighters at welterweight. Put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. List your top fighters at welterweight, and you can even include Floyd because he just fought this year. So who are the top 5? You don't even have to put it in order. Just put the 5. Put 5 top welterweights that are the best. Keith Thurman, Spence, Errol. Who else? Just throw names out there. Yo, whoever put McGregor, I'm telling you, I'm blocking all that dumb shit. So if you want to play childish games and try to disrupt the stream, you will be disrupted. Cotto's not at welterweight. Triple G's not at welterweight. So you're lying. Bradley Skeet, y'all keep putting all this dumb shit that we know, and we don't have a firing squad. Sean Porter. Right? So you look at all the answers, and the people who are actually being honest are saying Crawford, Spence, Porter, Mayweather, Keith Thurman, right? How many of those guys are actually black? Right? How many of those guys are black? That's not my fault. That's not my fault that the people you guys are naming that you are saying are the best are black. But see, that's what they want you to feel some type of remorse. Now let's go to 154. Name the best fighters at 154. Who is the best fighters at 154 to you right now? Right? At 154, who's the best fighters? Junior middleweight. Who are the best fighters? Charlo. Andrade. Charlo. Canelo's not at 54, he's at 60. You got to know your boxing. Charlo, Jermell, Hurd, Charlo, right? Lada, Charlo, Hurd, Andrade. Now, how many of those fighters are black? And Lada looks black. Lada's darker than me. So, once again, that's not my fault. Nobody's talking about like Vanes Matarosin or Liam Smith being the best at 154. So once again, it's not my fault that there are a lot of talented black. And again, I'm not saying only people in every division, but we can go through the divisions. Look at heavyweight. Who are the top guys at heavyweight? Joshua, Wilder, Joseph Parker, kind of Tyson Fury if he comes back, right? And Tyson Fury is kind of a wild card. Most people would favor Wilder or Joshua to beat Parker. So, you know what I'm saying? If you were really narrowing down the top 2, you would probably say Wilder and Joshua are the top 2 right now. Miller's also up there, Dillian White, and a lot of those people are black. That's not my fault. Jeff Horn will get bodied by all top welterweights. So you could put Jeff Horn. He talking about, I'll beat Mayweather and McGregor. Okay. See, but again, that's what racists actually do. They get mad at you and try to make it like you're just pointing out, oh, all you like is black fighters. Shit, if you like the Golden State Warriors, and I say who's your favorite player, and someone says Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Iguodala, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the top players are black with the Golden State Warriors. That's not my fault. You know what I mean? You want me to name someone that's not black, even though they're not the best player on the team? You know what I'm saying? Durant, obviously. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so how is that my fault that if I said name your favorite players on the Warriors and they all happen to be black that are your favorite? You know what I'm saying? Same thing with boxing. If there's top level guys, like I'm looking at welterweight, I'm like, damn, Sean Porter, Mayweather, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Kell Brook. How many of those guys are black? Not saying that it's like black power or nothing, but I would favor all those guys to beat Jeff Horn. You know what I mean? And I would favor probably most of them to beat Pacquiao at this point in Pacquiao's career. But again, the actual racists try to get mad at you. They try to get mad at you like it's your fault, like you did something, like you screwing up the system and you overlooking all these white American champions to only praise black fighters, and that's simply not the case. I'm like, who's name someone who's white at welterweight that you would rate to beat those guys? Jeff Horn? Do you really think Terrence Crawford, in my opinion, has a strong chance to move up in weight and beat Jeff Horn? Jesse Vargas is not white. Does Vargas sound like a white name to you? See, y'all say stupid shit. Jesse Vargas. Yeah, he's not white at all. See, and that's the other thing. Like, now go look at the other top level people. Like, let's say Brandon Rios, Jesse Vargas, Danny Garcia, Berto. Like, there are other nationalities too, either black or Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So what for the actual races? What you say? Oh, all you do is praise black fighters, and we're looking at divisions like welterweight. What white American Caucasian welterweight am I not giving his just due? And I'm not giving credit. Like, please let me know. Like, I'm just overlooking him. Like, please tell me. And that's what makes actual racists they feel inferior, because like there are a lot of black talented fighters that are on top, a lot of top Mexican fighters that are on top. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Nobody ever said they're the only race, but shit, when I look at it, like in terms of boxing, if I go through each division and I look at the top 5, I guarantee you there's probably some black and Mexican fighters in those top 5s. And really most of all, now I don't know about them little tiny divisions, but let's look at where Lomachenko fights. Okay, Lomachenko's one. He's from the Ukraine. You look at Miguel Berchelt, Mexican. You look at Tank Davis, black, right? Who are the top guys? Tevin Farmer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's not nobody's fault. You look at 140. Who are the top guys? 135. Who are the top guys? Linares, Mikey Garcia, Easter Jr. So that's what bothers actual racist people. But nobody actually said, the dude just lied on me talking about I said black fighters are better. I never said no dumb shit like that. But whatever, we already know. Let's move on. Anthony Ogogo, didn't he get knocked out in the UK? See, I don't know if y'all know boxing, because y'all just be guessing. I can tell y'all just be guessing. So yeah, I can't control whose race there, like when there's levels of dominance in divisions and shit, and who's there. I didn't put these people at this size and in these divisions. I just go off of what I see. I know more boxing than you. I know more blocking than you. Block. He said your beard doesn't connect, and I know more boxing than you. We don't have time for stupid shit. You know more boxing than you, but I got 100,000 verified subscribers, and you're irrelevant with a picture of a meme for your profile picture. So, what else y'all want to talk about? Oh, let me talk about this Wilder Joshua shit. I gotta talk about that. Humberto Machado is Puerto Rican. Listen, if you're a fan of boxing, please explain to me, why wouldn't you want to see this? Explain it. Why a dude worried about another man's beard? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Weird, corny. No, but why don't y'all want to see this? Like, it's getting sad from some of the fans. And I can't relegate it. I can't say it's just the UK, because there's a lot of great fans in the UK that do want to see it. But I could tell some of the resistance that I'm getting is from the UK, because there's certain lingo that's regional. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying I want to see Wilder versus Joshua, and I'm getting called names like mate and, oh, you're a daft cunt. We don't say that in America. Nobody says that. I've been in a good percentage of the 50 states out here, and I never had someone call me a daft cunt in a fucking wank and poopy head or whatever the fuck else they say. You know what I mean? So I could tell where their energy is coming from based on the regional difference. Just like when people are from California, you could tell certain slang that's not really popularized in other like, that's mad, bruv. That's mad. You're a daft cunt. Chat shit get bang. Like, we don't say that out here. So, like, I guarantee you right now, let's say I went to Texas and I got in a bar fight, right? Nobody's gonna say you bloody wank and you think you know things and I want a couple things me way, you daft cunt, and you chats bollocks. We don't talk like that. And I'm not even from Texas, but I guarantee you, if I went to Texas and got in a bar fight or some shit, no one's gonna be like, meet me outside, bruv. Meet me outside, you daft cunt. It's mad. It's mad, man. It's mad. You daft cunt. Like, chat shit get bang. Like, we don't talk like that. Like, that's what I'm saying. So I know where the energy is coming from. Man's not hot. We don't say shit like that. And I've been up and down these states, and I was in Broner City, Cincinnati. Nobody was like, chat shit get bang. Welcome to Cincinnati, chat shit get bang. No one was saying that. I was just in New York last week. Nobody was like, you daft cunt. You daft cunt. It's mad, daft cunt. Like, we don't talk like that. So I already know who some of you guys are. Cause listen, if I go to LA right now, man, how am I crazy? Cause I'm honest. I'm just an honest person, and that's what it is. And hopefully that's what people like. I told you I'm like Pac. I got that switch. And it is what it is, and no one's proving me wrong with this shit. You know what I mean? Like I said, if I go to East LA, right, and get into it with somebody, they're not gonna talk like that. Like, you chat shit and bollocks and East LA ain't gonna treat me like that. Chat shit get bang. You're a shit house. No one calls me a shit house when I go to fucking LA, man. And I'm sure if I go to Chicago, no one's gonna be like, chat shit get bang, Chirac, chat shit get bang. Go to Jersey, you ain't talking to me like that. You know what I mean? You daft cunt. You daft cunt, bro. Man's not hot. We don't talk like that. So, anyway, that's why I could tell where. And I mean, you guys give it away with your usernames and shit. You got UK flags and UK Kingdom 101 and shit. So, like, you could tell where some of the energy, and I'm not roasting the UK. I love the UK. Like I said, I used to live there, but I mean, I could tell by what people are saying in the comments, in the vernacular, in the jargon, that a lot of people I could tell aren't Americans. Americans don't call other Americans Yanks. We don't do that out here, right? We don't call each other Yanks. Like, I've never been like, talk to my New York dude and he's like, yo, what's up, God? What's up, son? And I'm like, man, you're a fucking Yank. Chat shit get bang, Yank. Like, we don't do stuff like that. So I could tell. And then even the spellings, there's just differences. Like, y'all spell stuff different. Like, y'all say advise. Like, y'all spell it with an S. We spell it with a C. Color. You know what I mean? So I could tell by, you guys give it away. You guys give it away where you're from when you do stuff like that. Like, oh, this Yank, chat shit get bang. No one's ever called me a Yank in America, ever. So I know where that energy is coming when you make it that blatantly obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shit house. America, so like I told you, in America, Americans are just more crude. Like, you even see it with Deontay Wilder. He's just talking shit. That's what we do in America. Like, Americans are like just more blunt, like, you fucking asshole. Hey, Tony, he's a fucking asshole. Like, that's the loud, that's kind of the American shit. England is like civilized, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just different culture. You know what I mean? Wilder's he's just talking like he normally, run, Joshua. I'm so frustrated. That man, Wilder I just want to fight these guys so bad. I'm so frustrated. You know what I mean? So it's just a different culture. That's basically what I'm saying. Americans are just like, I mean, look at American cinema versus like British cinema. It's different. Humor or whatever, however you guys spell it, is different. So I can tell, like I said, where the energy's coming from. And to me, I don't see any reason why any boxing fan. Okay, your name is this is the point. This is the point. Your name is London Brixton. So Brixton is a place in London. So clearly it sounds like you're from the UK. And you said it's not that much different, Ego. So when's the last time you've been to America? London Brixton. Since you named your whole name after places in the UK, when's the last time you've been to America? London Brixton. He gave his address. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're proving my point. Your user. This is what I'm telling you. That's why I can tell. Like I keep saying. Okay, you've been to New York. I've been to New York 5-6 times this year. One place alone. I've been in LA several times this year. I was in Cincinnati. I was in Omaha in December, and I just went for Julius Crawford and Dongo. So you ain't in America like I'm in America. Please believe that. So how you gonna say it's not different because you went to New York? You went to one place. You went to one place. Oh, now he got more. Yeah, and okay, so where else you go? I live in California, and I've been to Vegas 1,000 times this year. You have not been more places. That's like me saying I've been to more places in the UK than you have recently. Just stop it. So once again, how are you gonna say it's not that different? You ain't been out here. Were you out here for Canelo Triple G? Were you out here for Mayweather McGregor? Were you at Crawford and Dongo? He's like, it's not that different. Yes, it's a lot different. Did I say that? You said it's not that different. So how do you know if it's not that different if you don't be out here? You're not even Eddie Hearn's out here all the time because he promotes events and comes to other people's fights. And I ain't never seen you. I seen Eddie Hearn at Ward Kovalev 2. I seen him at several other fights. He was here in New York. So when's the last time you've been out here multiple times? Chat shit get bang. He's a pussy. Shit house. He said it's not that different. Yeah, it is different. And, man, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time. I'm going to let the outlaws write on you in the comment section. He's talking about it's not different. Yeah, it's not different. Hey, bruv, it's not different. But Joshua is fighting a very little known Carlos Takam and his 70,000 people, right? And the biggest stars in here, like Mayweather McGregor, which was a huge fight, it might have did a better live gate, but there were only like 19,000 people there. But it's all the same, right? It's not that different. Anyway, you're done. You toast. Just stop it, London Brixton. But like I said, that's how I can tell where the energy's coming from. The terminology you guys use, usernames. London Brixton. If I had to take a guess where you're from originally, what would be my guess? That's like my name being Chicago, Illinois. Like, if that's my username, where would you think I was from with that type of name? Chat shit get bang. That the whole point? You don't have a point. Just sit there and eat your tea and crumpets or whatever the fuck you're doing and leave me alone. Chat shit get bang. I can hurt you, ego. Well, you know what I can do? I can block you. Chat shit get bang. Blocked. See? Damn. Hey, I told you, my moderator's got itchy trigger fingers. My moderator, DJ Yo, blocked London Brixton. He was like, man, we done with that. Yeah, man. See, but why do y'all keep going? Like, I'm trying to continue the show, and you guys keep, I can hurt you, ego. That's my whole point, you fucking idiot. Like, just leave me alone, man. Like I say, eat your tea and crumpets and fucking poached eggs and salmon or whatever the fuck you guys doing right now. And let me do me. Let me just continue and be the MC of this stream. Yeah, he said I can hurt you. Okay, for what? Well, who are you? But anyway, sorry people that are just here for the boxing stuff. This is what we have to deal with. This is what I have to deal with. Wilder Joshua is a good fight. So no matter where you're from, why would you not want to see it? That's my whole thing. Why? Like why wouldn't you want to see it? Like, and see, this is the thing. Like, this is not even about Eddie Hearn right now. This is not about Joshua, Team Wild. This is about the fans. I'm directly, specifically talking to the fans right here. You're a fan. You guys are getting caught up in politics and let the fight build and what? Like it's getting ridiculous to me. It's like it's crazy. Like fans act like they have no voice. With if the fans weren't filling out seats 70,000 and buying pay-per-views and buying AJ water bottles and merchandise and going to the Barclays and stuff, then there would really be no successful boxing because the fans are in charge of that. But for some reason, the fans are now talking like promoters and doing their best job to prevent the fights, which is crazy. Wilder doesn't deserve it. Like, listen to what the fans are saying as far as Wilder not deserving a shot. He ain't sold out a stadium. He's a bum. He has chicken legs. He is not the A side. He beat up a washed up Bermain Stavern after 2 years. So my thing is this, and this is how these guys get burned. The fans get burned with putting that dumb shit over and over again because you put so much pressure. If that's your criteria, then Joshua should not fight anyone next that brings less than Wilder to the table, meaning less of a threat, no belt, guys who haven't sold out stadiums. If these excuses that you guys are throwing out are in fact what you really hold, then we're gonna hold your feet to the fire. We're gonna hold your feet to the fire, and the next opponent needs to have everything that you claim Wilder doesn't have. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So if you said Wilder, he doesn't deserve it because he ain't fought nobody, then how does Gerald Big Baby Miller get a Joshua fight next? If Wilder ain't fought no one and he has a belt, then who has Gerald Miller fought that has ushered in a AJ fight? You know what I'm saying? Because Wilder knocked out undefeated Gerald Washington, and Miller knocked him out in more rounds after Wilder had already beat him. You know what I mean? Marish Weck, is he significantly greater than Johan Duhaupas and some of the other people? You know what I'm saying? So again, when that's the problem. I can understand what people are saying if they really meant it, but we know they don't mean it, and the proof is in the pudding. Because if they make goddamn AJ versus Dillian White 2, then Dillian White's not even a main event fighter right now. He's fighting on Joshua's undercards and shit, right? He's fighting on Terrence Crawford's undercards in America. So Wilder's at least main eventing. So what happened to all this star power and you have to sell out stadiums? If Dillian White was not on Joshua's last card, it still would have sold 70,000. You know what I mean? People weren't coming for that particular fight with Robert Helenius exclusively. Joshua's the A side and he's the big person. So once again, this is how the fans always that are making excuses, they honestly fuck it up, because now we're going to hold you to that. All that shit you said Wilder doesn't qualify for a Joshua fight because he's never made 20 million. He hasn't sold out a stadium. So Dillian White ain't made 20 million. Gerald Miller ain't made 20 million and sold out stadiums. So basically, Joshua shouldn't fight nobody less qualified than Wilder. And let's open up the chat and let's argue this point. If you feel different, let's go. How is what I'm saying not make sense? Roy, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. White is not Wilder's mandatory for a reason. He's the number one contender. Sometimes, if you actually knew, sometimes number one contenders get made and ordered from the WBC or whatever to fight the number two person. So he's not the mandatory now. He might have to fight Luis Ortiz for an eliminator if the WBC rules it. He just recently, literally within last week, got elevated to number 1. So he might have to fight. Actually, Dominic Brazil's ranked number 2. So White might have to fight him. He's not the mandatory. You don't know what you're talking about, Roy. He's the number 1 ranked contender, but he might have to fight the number 2. Like, for example, Jorge Sebastian Hyland fought Charlo, who was ranked number 2, in an eliminator for the WBC. Sean Porter just fought 2 eliminators for the WBC, and he might have to even fight another one with Danny Garcia. So sometimes eliminators happen. It doesn't mean you automatically get it just because you're ranked highest. It just depends. Anonymous, jump in the hot seat. This is gonna be an easy. All right, no, you're not jumping it. We gonna put you in. He says, I defended Floyd Mayweather for years, but then make disses for AJ for doing the same thing. Okay, now you're in the hot seat, Anonymous. We gonna make you real anonymous. You're gonna be John Doe out this bitch. They be like, who is this? And we got to pull up your dental records to find out who you were. So, how did I defend Floyd? First of all, let me make sure. Yeah, you said I defended Floyd for years, and then I'm making disses on AJ for doing the same thing. So what has AJ done that's the same as Floyd? And what disses did I make about AJ? And how did I defend Floyd? So please answer those questions with your anonymous ass. How did I defend Floyd? How did I diss AJ? And what did they do that was the same? Y'all gonna learn at some point. Floyd can fight who he wants when he want, right? Because he's the A side. So once again, just so we know and it's transparent, I asked 3 questions and he answered none of them. And he just left a comment. So why wouldn't you answer any of my questions? I can answer your questions, but you heard me ask 3 questions. You didn't answer none and ask your own question. How does that work? Please tell me. Because you know if you answer my questions, you getting burned. And we might not make it to your questions because you're going to get caught up in your words right then and there. So, yeah, exactly. He's ducking. So I'm going to ask again. I'm not answering shit you guys put in the hot seat. Because, listen, the way it works like this, 1, is my channel. So that's one thing. But not even to power play no one. 2, you've already made the accusation about me. So you have the burden of proving that, just like court. That's why you don't get to ask, like, if you're on the stand and they're asking you questions about a murder in court, you don't get to start switching the subject and ask your own questions. There's a time and a place for that. So you said I defended Floyd. What have I defended him on? You said that I dissed AJ. Where's the diss? What did I say about AJ that was a diss? And 3, how is anything that Floyd does equivalent or the same as AJ? And you're wrong. Anonymous. I told you we're gonna make you real anonymous. You're gonna be anonymous when you get blocked up out of here. So, duck season, duck sauce. Where are you at? Damn, DJ. See, this is why I made DJ Yo. He putting duck signs. He putting timers. He got the itchy trigger finger like me. Shout out to DJ Yo and all my mods. My mods got them itchy trigger fingers. I love it too, cause that's how Ego Army is. We go to war with it. See? Why is it taking so long? I asked 3 questions. You asked your own question. You haven't answered any of my questions, and it's taking forever. But you already made the accusation that I defended Floyd and dissed AJ. What are you talking about? Where's this AJ diss? Like, answer something, please. The fans are waiting. I told you it's easier to say this or type this than it is to prove what you say. You said I defended Floyd for years, dissed AJ, and on top of that, you're somehow comparing Floyd's career to AJ's career. When Floyd has 50 fights, AJ just made 20 fights, and the level of opposition is totally different. So what are we really comparing? Like that's what I want to understand. Like, see, that's the problem with boxing. Okay, for this generation right now, AJ is an A-side. But then if you want to compare his A-sideness to Floyd Mayweather's A-sideness, it's a big difference. You can't even compare, I don't think you compare Pacquiao when he was in his prime A-side to AJ, because Pacquiao was an American. They love him in the Philippines. That goes without saying. But he was loved in America too. So you can't even compare AJ to that, because he's dominating in his field, but it's only in the UK, which is much smaller than America. Pacquiao came over to America from General Santos selling donuts and cigarettes and eating one time a day, skinny as fuck, and all that, and made a name for himself and a career in mega millions and shit in America, where it's much bigger than the UK. Where is he at? Where is dude at? Anonymous vacated the hot seat. So, that's what Wilder was saying, and it makes sense. If you can make your name in America a bigger place, 3-4 times bigger than the UK, Anonymous got blocked. That was an easy L. He just disappeared. So that was an L. I mean, you guys see. And that's why I do this, so you guys can see it. Like I said, you're not gonna just throw dirt on my name. But now, since he's out of here, let's talk about it. And if anybody else agrees with him and feels that Floyd and what his career did is the same as AJ, we can battle that. First of all, I've never dissed AJ. I like AJ. I never dissed him. I never, you know what I mean? See, that's what's wrong with these millennials. They're very sensitive millennials, where if you say a critique and you're being honest and you support it, none of that matters. They just say you hate this person or you're racist. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't work like that. Like, how do I hate him because I have a criticism, or I wish he responded a different way? Like, and this is the funny thing about it. I got a question. Like I said, listen to what people say, people. I got a question for you. Up until this whole Wilder thing recently, like, started to boil over, when have I ever said anything bad about Joshua? Like, when Joshua was fighting Dominic Brazil, Klitschko, him and Tyson in previous videos when they were going, when have I ever said anything bad about him? You know what I'm saying? So it's not hate, because if I was hating, I would have been hating on the man from the jump. I'm not hating, but with this particular Wilder situation, I think the way his team has handled certain things, I have certain criticisms of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. That's not dissing him, because again, if I was dissing him, okay, put it this way. Here's my question to you guys. Why did I just start? If you think I'm dissing AJ, why did it just start now? He's been a name in the American scene since at least Charles Martin. So why did I just randomly start dissing him now? If that's how you feel. If you feel what I'm doing is dissing AJ, why didn't I diss him when he was fighting Charles Martin, when he was fighting Eric Molina in December? You know what I mean? I don't understand. What created this newfound hatred? Do you guys get what I'm saying? So that's how you can always separate the dumb shit. Second of all, everybody in boxing, they want shit to be equal, but it's not. It's not equal. Like Tank Davis, he's making good money in boxing, but can you say he's done what Mayweather's done? No, you can't say that. Joshua, he's making good money. He's doing what he's supposed to. He's an A-side over there in the UK. They haven't made him a crossover star in America. He's doing his thing. He's you know what I mean? Ladies like him. Dudes like the way he fights. Whatever. Great. But to compare him to Floyd, what's the comparison? Floyd has been doing what he's done for 20 years. And I'm not hating, but I want to see a heavyweight do what Floyd's done for 20 years undefeated. I haven't seen that in my whole... Name a heavyweight that went undefeated for 20 years. That's my question to you guys right now. Name one heavyweight that was undefeated for 20 years. Name a heavyweight. Shout out to my mods. You guys are helping because the trolls are out. So we having a block party. Oh, we having a party. So if we're comparing Joshua to Floyd, my question to you guys is this. Name a heavyweight that was undefeated for 20 years. And exactly. All quiet on the Western Front, per usual. Name a heavyweight that went undefeated. So, what? Rocky Marciano is undefeated. First of all, I mean, truth be told, Rocky Marciano fought a lot of old, like the best names on his resume, he fought them when they were old. Second of all, I don't even think his career spanned for 20 years. We could pull it up right now. Once again, you guys just say stuff, no fact checking. You just say it because you know he's undefeated. And trust me, you guys can get mad. You can say I'm unpatriotic or whatever the fuck you want. But if Rocky Marciano fought today's heavyweights, he'd getting stretched. Too small. He was 5'11". He's 5'11". These new super Klitschko, Lennox Lewis, Tyson, Deontay Wilder, Joshua, they're too goddamn big for Rocky Marciano. He's 5. Rocky Marciano, 5'10" and a half with a shorter reach than Floyd Mayweather. Rocky Marciano, respects to him for him ushering in and all that stuff, but with a 68-inch reach, 5'10" and a half, he's getting stretched. Yeah, but Mike Tyson had vicious power and athleticism and speed and different shit like that. And he weighed like 198 or less. Tyson weighed at least like 218, 220 something. So you have to know boxing to know that. Once again, y'all say stuff. So he fought from 1947 all the way up to 55, which is not even 10 years. It definitely wasn't 20 years like Floyd. So anyone else? You guys want to continue throwing out random names with no facts behind it? Rocky Marciano fought Ezra Charles and Archie Moore and all them dudes. They was older. So, I mean, it is what it is. You guys can get mad and all that bullshit. Put Rocky Marciano, all the people talking about chicken leg Wilder, put 6'7" Wilder with chicken legs in there with Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano would be probably worse than Bermane Stiverne. Probably worse. So anyway, you guys still didn't answer my question. Name a heavyweight that was undefeated for 20 years. We brought up Rocky Marciano, and that was 8 years. Okay, Tony G, you want to talk slick? You in the hot seat. Okay, it says, in your opinion. Of course, this is my channel, so it's my opinion. So if you disagree, now's your time. Why do you disagree? You talking about in your opinion. So how would Rocky Marciano beat the modern heavyweight? Klitschko. Vitaly would annihilate him. Vitaly put Shannon Briggs, who was a big dude, 6'4", right? He put him in the hospital. So what the fuck do you think Rocky Marciano would have for Vitaly? Since it's just my opinion. So why is your opinion different? We'll wait. You in the hot seat. I'm not playing today, man. Troy, or what's his name? Tony G? Come on, Tony Touch. How can Rocky Marciano beat Vitaly? Where's Tony at? How tall was Mike Tyson? 5'11". Somewhere right around there. But what does Mike Tyson have to do with Rocky Marciano? Totally different style fight. Total different fighter. Different air. Listen, Rocky Marciano knocked out Archie Moore, which is a name, and he weighed 188. He weighed 188 and got a KO 9 rounds and 15. So Anthony Joshua kind of laughed at Deontay Wilder weighing 220 because he's so big, because he weighs 254, and he's like, it's mad, like he only weighs 220. How is basically a heavyweight that weighed 188, Tony, since it's my opinion and you know more than me, how is a heavyweight weighing 188, less than 189, which is smaller than what cruiserweights are weighing, How is he going to beat Deontay Wilder or Vitaly Klitschko? Vitaly weighs, I don't know how much, 240, 250, something like that. So please explain that. Tony, you getting that casket. You getting that casket. So it's not just like, it is my opinion. Obviously, we can't go back and morph somebody from current generation to the 50s. But if you have a more solid opinion, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear how somebody who's weighing 188 is going to knock out or beat or do whatever to Vitaly Klitschko. And you brought up Mike Tyson. Tyson didn't weigh no 188. Tyson's neck was 20 inches alone. Shit, Kovalev might even be rehydrating to 188. You know what I mean? When he fights, I don't know, because I don't think they always do the unofficial scales. So again, Mr. Beloved Rocky Marciano, how is he going to? Floyd has fought several people that weighed more than him. So how is Rocky Marciano at heavyweight gonna beat the modern heavyweight? Please explain. Where's Tony at, man? All right, let's vote. He's ducking. No, I'm gonna give him 15 seconds. 12. 10. 6. Hold on, he responded. I'm not saying he could beat them. I'm just saying he could still compete. Okay, listen, you got one more response because you're starting to hold up the stream. How can he compete with Vitaly Klitschko and Lennox Lewis? How can he compete with those type of guys? Let's look. We're going to pull up Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, quality guy. He's been stopped before. Great guy. I've met him. Legit ass 6'5", big ass hands, right? So how is he going to compete with fucking Lennox Lewis? Lennox Lewis, when he fought Vitaly Klitschko, weighed 248. How's he gonna compete with that? He weighed 248 at 6'5", good ass jab, and he stopped Klitschko, Vitaly. So how's he gonna knock him out or compete? He would get annihilated. He's too fucking little. He would get bodied. But once again, you go off of what, like, oh, he's a legend and Floyd beat his resume. That's bullshit. You go off of bullshit people like that write and talk about Rocky Marciano, but they weren't even around. They're not boxing historians. They weren't even around during that era. They're just, everyone's going off of like what Hollywood and people tell you, like Jake LaMotta. Yeah, I mean, them guys were tough. No one's taking that away, but the modern athlete is way different. That's like LeBron James, 6'8", explosively fast at 268, versus even people in the 90s playing basketball. But even before that, like the 70s, LeBron James would kill them dudes. Dudes right now, with all of modern medicine, the best vitamins and supplements and cryostasis and different training and everything we know, and people still can't compete with LeBron. So put LeBron back in the 70s playing in the NBA, he would murder them. He's doing crazy shit now. He'd be dunking, he'd be out in the paint and all that. Boxing is no different. You talking about he could still compete. Rocky Marciano would not be undefeated if he fought modern heavyweight. You even hear the WBC talking about making a super heavyweight division because it's borderline unfair. But since you want to play politics and I don't know, maybe because it's Rocky Marciano and you're supposed to just naturally cling to him or some shit, you want to play, oh, he could. I'm not saying he can beat him, but he could compete. If you don't know, you shouldn't speak up like that, because now you're in the hot seat and you're looking crazy. Talking about he could compete. And then you brought up Tyson. How tall was Tyson? It don't matter how tall Tyson was, because he was fucking knocking people out. Mike Tyson last fight, he weighed 271. He weighed 271 in that fight. Now, obviously, that was a career high. So Tyson's almost weighing 100 pounds more than Rocky Marciano at his last fight than Rocky Marciano's last fight. He weighed 271 to Marciano's 188. Everybody, put your L's up. We got to get Tony out of here if you think I bodied Tony. Yeah, he was like fat and unmotivated, and you're talking about a guy who's 188. That's like, I mean, that's like, would you really pick? That's why when Ward, who's a talented fighter, when Virgil Hunter was talking about Ward fighting Joshua, people were like, really? Because size matters to it at some level. You know what I mean? All right. Hey, one of my mods, get Tony G out of here. Tony G, and we got another hot seat just like that. I told you I'm here to entertain. Hit that like button. If y'all want all these people burnt up in the hot seat, hit that like button, man. Because the likes are trailing. We don't even have 200 likes, but we have over 200 people in the stream. Tony G, he got to go. All right, J-Dog, shout out to you. Is Tony G out of here? Shout out to Brandon. He said, I love your videos. Okay. Okay, Streaming Live is in the hot seat. Streaming Live 91. He says, I disagree with you, Ego. Weight doesn't win fights, Ego. Okay, so I never said weight wins fights in all situations. But once again, since you disagree with me, explain to me how Rocky Marciano, a heavyweight weighing 188, would be able to fight and compete with all of these classic modern heavyweights that are much bigger, much taller, etc. Y'all is food today. This is food for me. So please, since you disagree, I never said weight in every situation, because like Rigondeaux, he might be able to beat Lomachenko, and he's moving up in weight. So I didn't say every single situation, but weight matters, and at a point, weight is going to be more impactful. So once again, since you disagree, how would Rocky Marciano, Mr. Undefeated, what is 180 pounds in stone? Math isn't my strong subject. I don't know. I don't know what's stone. Like, somebody, how are you going to argue and you don't even know how much he weighs because you can't even do the conversion? Like, really? You see, this is what, see, everyone, I disagree with you. And you don't even know how you disagree. You don't even know how much, he's weighing because you can't do the conversion. Sounds retarded. Math is not my strong point. So you don't even know how much how little he's weighing compared to him, but you disagreed with me. Okay. Anyone from the UK that could do what is 188 in stone converted? Like, this is ridiculous. Oh, I disagree. Okay, what do you disagree with? I don't know. How much is that? How much is 188? I don't know pounds. Somebody do. Okay, here it is. Someone said in the comment section, 188 pounds would be 13 and a half stone, basically. So, since you can't do math, I did it for you. So he weighs a little over 13 stone. So how is he gonna, and just Mike Tyson, we'll use him, his last fight, he weighed 19.3 stone. So we'll make your casket easier to fit in. I just did the math for you. Tyson, in his last fight, he weighed 19.3 stone to 13.4 stone. So how is he gonna overcome that? I disagree. See, I disagree until. Okay, now he says my point stands. Weight doesn't win fights. So your point stands, but you still haven't explained how. In this, like I never made a blanket statement where I said weight always will win you the fight. I never once said that. So you did. What are you disagreeing with me for? You said I disagree with you, and the only point I said is the modern heavyweight would be too big for Rocky Marciano. I never said weight. Like I said, Rigondeaux, he might beat Lomachenko even though he's moving up in 2 weight divisions. So I never said no matter what, if you're the heavier guy, you will win. I never said that. The only thing I said is the modern heavyweight is too damn big for Rocky Marciano. And he's like, my point stands. It's not standing. It looks paralyzed to me. It looks quadriplegic. You talking about my point stand? You didn't even make a point. You didn't even explain nothing. Your point's looking like Christopher Reeves and shit. Talking about my point stands. No, your point doesn't stand because you haven't made one. I did a conversion for him, and he's talking about my point stands. How? Where's your explanation? How? You disagree, Mr. Disagree. How's Rocky Marciano gonna beat Vitaly, who's 6'7" or whatever the fuck he is, 6'8"? and again, I never said weight is the defining thing. Badu Jack fought a guy who rehydrated like 25, 30 pounds or something. He knocked him out. So I know my boxing. I know that weight is not always going to be the determining factor. But we're talking about heavyweights with reach advantages, 6'5", 6'7", like Wilder, 250. At that point, put it this way. Roy Jones is my favorite fighter. Roy Jones is my favorite fighter. I've been on record saying that. But he fought John Ruiz as opposed to like Lennox Lewis or somebody like that. Because Lennox Lewis was probably, it becomes a point where like, okay, you can skate by and beat a John Ruiz. He's slow and stuff like that. But now you have to go against Lennox Lewis's jab, Lennox Lewis being 6'5", and that's a different animal. And Roy Jones was a freak of nature athlete. But that's why he didn't stay at heavyweight and just be fighting with everybody. So, if I delivered another body bag, everybody put your L's up. Put your L's up. What's his name? Somebody tell me his name so he can get my point stands. Okay. Streaming Live 91. Put your L's up. One of my moderators, get Streaming Live 91 off with his head. Shout out to J-Dog. And Ariel, you getting blocked just for putting a W. See, I'm not here to waste time today. And he put W knowing that man didn't survive in the flesh with me in the hot seat. So anyone else have some answers? How Rocky Marciano, undefeated master, was going to beat current heavyweights? Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Just analyze what people are saying. That's all I ever ask you guys to do. How is a guy who's 50-0, 188, less than 189, how is he going to beat the modern heavyweight? Like, doesn't even make, that's... Them dudes with these, like Lennox Lewis knocked out Tyson, knocked out Tommy Morrison's big ass, rest in peace. Stopped Oliver McCall, knocked out Hassan Rahman. You know what I'm saying? So, and he knocked out Klitschko, Vitaly at that, right? So, what is 188 pounder in what's the name gonna do? Like, what is he really gonna do to beat him? Like, there's a point where heart and toughness is going to be outmatched by other shit. Because first of all these other heavyweights I'm naming, they're not slouches. I'm not saying there's nobody that outweighs him that can beat him, but I'm talking about the modern heavyweight names that we know. How's he gonna beat even like a Ray Mercer? Ray Mercer went into UFC with little ass gloves and knocked out that dude. And he wasn't even an MMA fighter. Knocked him out with one punch. So what's Rocky Marciano gonna do? You know what I mean? Ray Mercer knocked out Tommy Morrison too, much bigger guy. See, people just go off of like it's some fucking arcade game or Rocky movie. That's not how the real world works. Again, weight is not the only deciding factor, and we'll see what happens with like Rigondeaux Lomachenko. That could be an example of someone moving up in weight, or Shane Mosley beating De La Hoya. He moved up in weight, gave up some weight, still won the fight. But we're talking about guys who are knocking out guys who are way bigger than Rocky Marciano was. You know what I mean? Tyson knocked out guys that are 6'6". That dude that had an afro and his hair was like shaking all over the place. The dude's like 6'6", 250 or something, getting stretched. Wilder just knocked out Bermane Stiverne at 254 plus whatever he rehydrated to. So honestly, what is Rocky Marciano gonna do? See, y'all don't. That's what I'm saying. People, and I honestly want to say there's a hint of like racism that's involved, and I'm gonna explain why. It's because like America's always been kind of infatuated with the Great White Hope. They like people who are racist. They are taking it as like, oh, you're not gonna do this to my legend type shit. I'm not doing anything Rocky Marciano. I'm just being honest. I don't see him prevailing. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him prevailing with any of the modern heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? But people get mad. People get mad because you're saying these things. So it's like they get them defense mechanisms, like they want to prove you wrong. And I'm not a boxing historian like that. I've always liked boxing. But the way I'm gonna show y'all something. The way Rocky Marciano fought back then, he got hit too much. So how you gonna get hit by somebody at 188 and these Lennox Lewises are knocking out way bigger guys like Klitschko and shit and Bermane Stiverne and knocking them out, but Rocky Marciano was gonna survive? Now here's a picture of Rocky Marciano, and his nose got. Look at his nose. Look at his fucking nose. It got split. And that's not even a common injury. So he was tough as nails, but the way he fought was too in the trenches. So getting hit by a big ass person looking like this after your fight, that wouldn't fly with Muhammad Ali's, and they're just bigger. They're just too big for you. So again, weight doesn't always matter, but if you don't have no type of defense and your nose is getting split like this, and then on top of that, I mean, this is how fighters used to look and shit. So how you gonna fight Klitschko with a major weight disadvantage? And this is how fighters was fighting and looking. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, Marciano is like I said, it's not. I'm not roasting him, but the times were different. The times were different. Now you can't. Steve Cunningham is cut as fuck. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's like muscular, in shape, cut. Probably weighs like when he was at heavyweight, something 200 something, right? But he's too small for like, you know what I mean? The Joshua, like look at Takam. Takam lost every single round. He's 6'1.5", but he weighs at least like 230, and he lost every round to Joshua. So how is this Rocky Marciano, if he somehow can fight Joshua, and Joshua is weighing 254 on the day before the fight, how's he gonna sustain that weight? And his style is to get hit. You know what I'm saying? At 188, how's he gonna generate enough anything to beat those guys that are like mammoth next to him? It used to be more of a brawl without much strategy. Yeah, I mean, that's true. The gloves, you know what I mean? The safety and shit with the gloves were different. So it's just a whole different time. And I'm not dissing Rocky Marciano. He's definitely had a crazy heart, and he's one of the people that ushered in boxing and made the heavyweight division gain interest and perfect record. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's different when you're fighting guys 6'4", 5'6", 6'8", 6'9". You know what I mean? Like it's just, you gotta make it make sense. But people always get offended. No, Rocky Marciano, he could have won. No, he couldn't have. Not against these guys. Like I said, it's not even just that. It's like all sports for the most part. Modern medicine and muscle and stuff. It's like okay, name somebody from the 60s in the NBA that would beat LeBron James one-on-one. Name somebody or from the 50s or 60s in the NBA that you feel would have schooled LeBron James one-on-one. Askiar, who said $5 super chat, he said, I gotta hit this bed. Ego Army holding it down. Block gang gang. You already know. Man, enjoy your night. Name someone from the 50s through the 70s that would beat LeBron James one-on-one. See, y'all don't even know. Some of y'all don't even know sports in general. What's dumb? Larry Bird would not beat LeBron James one-on-one. Larry Bird is, and he was late there. That's what someone said. Bird was in the 80s. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all just be guessing and shit. I think punching power has changed over the years in boxing too, Ego. Oh yeah, it definitely has, because it's like there's different ways to like. I know people like Brian Jennings. He's vegan. He does everything vegan. So there's a lot of gluten-frees and different stuff. We know more about nutrition and sports and medicine and healing the body and stuff than we ever did in the 50s. You know what I mean? So it's just realistically, it's a totally different time. Anyway, moving on. I'm done with this Marciano shit. I don't know who said Bird like he was playing in the 50s. That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all just want to argue and don't even know facts. But let's talk about Danny Jacobs in the middleweights. That's the other part of the title. What did people think of his performance? What do I think? I think it was a hell of a comeback performance. Coming off a loss to Golovkin, even though it was a respectable loss, still a loss. So, because look at it like this. Chocolatito, he was in the same boat, or a similar boat. Chocolatito fought Sorong Visai, got knocked down in that fight. And actually, it was on the same card, if you think about it. Jacobs, Triple G. So, Jacobs lost and got knocked down. On the same card, you had Chocolatito, who lost and got knocked down, but there was some controversy behind it. But look at Chocolatito when he came back and had his next fight, and that, albeit it was the same person, he got knocked out. Danny Jacobs, so you don't know, you know what I mean? Coming off certain losses, some people, even if it was close and disputed and controversial, they could end up like Chocolatito. You know what I mean? Where they look different the next fight, like it took something out of them. Like they put their best foot forward and had a great camp and put together their best effort, and they still came up short. You know what I mean? Mentally, that might, I guess, frustrate you. So Chocolatito came back and had a comeback fight, and he lost. Jacobs dominated and won every round. So I thought Jacobs looked sharp. All the people saying this extra shit, listen, come to the real side on this side, Death Row East. Believe in that, you know what I mean? New media, listen to what people say and all that. Once again, my question to you guys is this: as real boxing fans, why are we criticizing the guy coming off a loss, fighting an undefeated fighter, which that alone, even at a Luis Cuba Arias level, he's not, you know what I mean? He was probably ranked top 15 at least in most sanctioning bodies, I would say, right? He's coming off of a L to fight an undefeated fighter, and the fighter sounded confident, and he comes on to make him eat his words, and he can't, and make him actually. The irony is everything Luis Cuba Arias was telling Jacobs not to do, he really did. He was like, "Who hitting the deck? Don't run, don't run. We know about his paper chin, blah blah blah." And he was the one that was using more movement. Jacobs was seek and destroy, like he was Golovkin, walking straight to him and trying to embarrass him. You know what I mean? So why are we criticizing Jacobs for winning every round and at least even giving an undefeated guy an opportunity? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And then people are saying, like I said, listen to what people say. Oh man, he should have knocked him out. If Canelo was fighting him or Triple G was fighting Arias, they would have knocked him out. But that's neither here nor there, because you can't prove that. How can you prove that when neither Triple G or Arias, neither Triple G or Canelo fought him? And he was in survival mode, like you guys are putting, which is going to obviously make it harder. If a guy has it made up in his mind that this guy has crazy power, I can't really beat him, I'm gonna shell up when we're in close quarters and he's trying to get shots off, I'm gonna clinch and hold on for dear life and like not let him get off work. I'm gonna do some dirty thing like low blows and rabbit punches. Then it's gonna be a little bit. It's not gonna be as tidy of a fight, because when you let off offensively, that's where most openings are created. That's why you see Canelo being a counter puncher. He does better if you bring the fight to him. If you're James Kirkland or Angulo, even Golovkin, but Golovkin's the extreme of that. But especially like an Angulo, Liam Smith, Kirkland. If you're a guy like that, then you just come to his front door, he's gonna chop you the fuck up. That's just how he fights. But the guys that bother him the most are typically guys who can move and box. You know what I'm saying? So we all know that Canelo has more openings if the guy is like James Kirkland and willing to go out on his shield. But Luis Cuba Arias, he looked like he had it made up in his mind. He was like, I'd rather save face and not get knocked out, you know what I mean, just take a loss like this than anything else. Someone said something, he had a twisted foot or a blister on his foot. I mean, it's boxing. You have to work through those types of things, especially if you talk all that head to to Daniel Jacobs about how you gonna knock him out, and you was in his face like, yeah, doing all that, you know what I'm saying? So you think people are gonna I guess feel sorry or remorse when your toes messed, you know what I'm saying? And once again, where's the dude with my $40 super chat he said he was Luis Cuba Arias was gonna knock Jacobs out, and I said I don't see that. And he said he'll give me $40 if Jacobs wins, and he's never come back since. Cause I remember his name. I ain't seen his name since. Got Ghost Town USA. So I don't know. I just feel like, why are we critiquing Danny Jacobs? Period. He did what he had to do. He was sharp, and he had a guy who was apprehensive to engage and clinching a lot. You know what I mean? And actually, if you want to be real, I thought the ref could have probably took a point if he wanted to. I mean, like the knockdown shit might have been, they said his glove touched. I don't know what the fuck happened, so maybe that didn't need to happen. But truth be told, the referee could have took a point if he wanted to, because for excessive clinching. You know what I'm saying? Because he was clinching wildly. So he said on his Instagram it's a learning lesson and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like the excuses in boxing. Like, you lose. Jacobs, what do y'all think should be next? I mean, his future is bright. I think he might fight if Canelo fights Triple G in May. Okay, put it this way. This is how it goes down to me. If Triple G and his team, like let's say Lemieux Saunders happens, and then K2 and Golden Boy finish negotiating, and they agree to fight Triple G, Canelo 2 in May. Triple G's not fighting anyone else before May, right? That's how I see it. If Triple G before like February or late January or some shit, if he gets confirmation that he's fighting Canelo, he's not gonna fight anyone between, no matter what happens with Saunders Lemieux, because that's the fight he wants. That's the most money out there for Golovkin, and he wants to, I guess, make adjustments or whatever. So it just depends on what happens with that. If Canelo fights Triple G, then I think we'll see Jacobs versus Lemieux Saunders winner. That's what I could see happening. And then Jacobs said in the interview, he said, if we can't get one of the champions or big names like the Canelo, Triple G, Lemieux Saunders winner, then we'll go after Charlo. And then if that can't be made for whatever reason, we'll just take a ranked guy. Who's ducking me? What are you talking about? Don't you think Triple G will age? By when? What are you talking about? I mean, everyone ages. That's a given. That's why I think if Triple G, if he finds out soon that he's fighting Canelo, then, or that they want to make the fight, then he's not going to fight nobody else and ruin that. So he's going to sit on the shelf. And that's actually beneficial to Canelo because he's younger. Who should be more active? Y'all got to put names and stuff because I don't know who you're talking about. Nah, I'm not comparing Nas versus Big L. That's I like them both. You know what I mean? The reason I'm not comparing, one got shot and his career is premature. That album was fresh though. But I mean, how can a guy who's I just seen Nas in concert a month ago. You know what I mean? But how can I compare a guy whose life was prematurely ended versus someone who's still to this day able to create music and drop new music? You know what I mean? It's kind of unfair. It's like Biggie really had 2 albums, not posthumous albums. He had 2 albums while he was alive and shit. So how am I going to compare him to Jay-Z, who's able to keep making music and shit? So I don't like to do that. I like them both. Who y'all picking for Lemieux Saunders? And shit, fuck around. Y'all ask me about Nas and Big L. They both way nicer than anything out today. Like any of these new cats. I seen some dude is dissing something red, is dissing some other dude with rainbow colored hair. And he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm like, wow, these dudes got rainbow colored hair and tattoos and I don't know, man. Trippy Red or some shit is dissing the other dude. Yeah, I see my Niners finally won. Lemieux Saunders, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. I don't know. Saunders can box and Lemieux doesn't box as good, but he got cracks. So that's the I guess why we're gonna watch the fight, because it's like you can make an argument, to be honest, you can make an argument for either person. Because can Saunders take the power shots of David Lemieux and the pressure? The one thing I will say, this is my 2 complaints with David Lemieux, and if he ever sees this or whatever, or if it gets back to him, hopefully he can work on it. David Lemieux is a beast, but he throws at a consistent speed. Like, he actually has pretty good, like, kind of lightweight, underrated speed. But he has to mix his speed up a little bit more, just like a pitcher. If a pitcher's throwing all heat, all fastballs, eventually, at some point, between, 8 innings or something, they're going to get a read on that and get the timing down. And they're going to be able to adjust to that and hit that shit out the park and get a home run. So I wish Lemieux would vary his speed a little bit more. You know what actually does it pretty good? Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, when he's doing like wow, you know what I'm saying? He'll do like a couple like I call them pity pat, like filler punches. and then he'll rip with the harder shot like the uppercut. That's how he dropped Emmanuel Taylor. So I think Lemieux needs to learn about that, like the punch varying the speed, adjust that a bit. And then the other thing is, I just want him to get more creative. I feel like if he can't get you, if you're just tough or resilient, and he can't, it's like hard for him to figure out how to get you out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch his fight with Christian Fabian Rios and watch his fight with Marcos Reyes. Now, I understand you're not going to be able to knock out, like Jacobs has power and he wasn't able to knock out Luis Cuba Arias, but I think Marcos Reyes, there was opportunity. He was bleeding profusely. He had been stopped within his last 2 fights before even fighting Lemieux. So I definitely think there was an opportunity for Lemieux to have knocked out Marco Reyes, but he just didn't mix it up enough to the point where the knockout came. He just bloodied up and battered his man and clearly won. So I think he just needs to adjust those types of things. And then the last thing for see, we have real boxing talk. You see how I'm just like breaking down my thoughts on the fight and like personalities and patterns. Anyway, David Lemieux, the last thing I see is like, I don't know if it was just Curtis Stevens, because that's where I noticed it the most, but maybe it's because they were trash talking. But the bad blood, David Lemieux looked like he was expending a lot of energy in those first 3 rounds, and I was just like, man, if Curtis Stevens, which he didn't, but if he was able to survive till later in the fight, then that wouldn't be good, because Curtis Stevens was fighting at a more reasonable pace, and David Lemieux was like fighting, like throwing everything stupid, mean, and hard. And I just feel like, does he have the pacing to keep doing this? Yeah, we just blocking stupid shit. We're not gonna let people mess up the stream. Lemieux don't got shit for a jab. Yeah, and actually, when Marcos Maidana got with Robert Garcia, that's like the perfect little thing he added to his already deadly offense, and that's what made him like more of a threat, because he improved his jab when he went to Oxnard. So if Lemieux could work on shit like that, then he'll be even more of a threat. So Saunders, I don't know. I literally don't know who I'm picking in the fight, because I could see Saunders outboxing Lemieux, but I could see Lemieux being in front of his hometown crowd and throwing some heat. And it's weird because they both have had recent performances where some of them were like kind of like suspect or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like Saunders when he fought that Wolverine dude. If that Saunders shows up, then it's a wrap, because Lemieux will get him out of there. But if the Lemieux that fought Christian Fabian Rios, if that Lemieux shows up, then he can get outboxed really by Billy Joe Saunders. And Billy Joe Saunders has good power. I would say he has good power. It's not like David Lemieux power, but it's good. Yo, we got 178 people in the chat, and we got 169 likes. Let's see if we can get at least over however many viewers we have in here. Saunders is southpaw. Yeah, so he can create issues. But the way David Lemieux fights, I don't think that really southpaw shit. He's just throwing everything hard and stuff. I don't think he's really worried about if you southpaw orthodox. He's just trying to take your head off. That's why I like Lemieux. He's an entertaining fighter, for sure. All right, I'm about to take a break off this live stream. I might do another one later. Hit the like button. Adia said my foot was on fire. I couldn't get off versus Jacobs. Looked like he was looking for Yo, Ego, have you gotten any emails from YouTube or anything saying they might shut you down because you're promoting violence, aka combat sports? Because a few MMA channels I follow have said that. Hell no. YouTube just verified me, so I don't know what those channels are about or what type of level they are, but no, I haven't had no issues with. I mean, to me, that's probably some. I don't know what they're doing, but someone said I feel like shit. No, I haven't had no issues with YouTube at all. See, they might. You never know, because you got to read the community guidelines. You know what I mean? Because they might be showing the fights that are super graphic and people are flagging. I don't know. You heard Amir Khan retired? Nah, I never heard that. Where'd you hear that at? I just seen he just posted I'm back with my wife so I can focus on my career or something. So why would he be retired now? Now. Damn, someone said Khan need to. Hey y'all, Amir Khan posted this. I just looked at it right now. He said, with my 4-month pregnant wife, after sorting out the issues, closing this year with a happy ending, right? Hey, let's get the likes up to 200 and put hell yeah if you want me to see how savage and rude these fans are. Let's get up to 200 likes. Y'all are shady. I want you to see what the fuck. These fans are crazy. Let's get to 200 likes so I can show y'all. Wow. So he put a little family moment. Can I get a hell yeah? We got to get 200 likes or some hell yeahs or something. Put a hell yeah if you want to see that. These fans are brutal. And hit the like button. I know there's some people in the stream taking forever. Still ain't hit the like button. They want to hate so bad. We almost there. 200 likes. If you ain't hit it yet, you holding up the process. Alright, so okay. So he posted his pregnant wife, and it says, with my 4-month pregnant wife, after sorting out all the issues, closing this year with a happy ending, and then he tagged her. And then someone gonna put Anthony Joshua and tag him. That's fucked up. Y'all fucked up, man. How you gonna tag Joshua? Hell nah. That's fucked up. And if you don't know, the alleged story, I woke up one day and Amir Khan was like, my wife is sleeping with Joshua or something on Twitter. Look at Josh. He doing the Eddie Murphy. Y'all crazy tagging Joshua. That's fucked up. Boxing fans ain't got no chill, man. You know, tag this big ass Anthony Joshua. Like, hey, look. Shady, man. I can't read your comments. The baby won't have a chin either way. Wow. Really? Like, y'all are fucking brutal. Once again, grown men wondering about my glasses and my beard. Shit, if that's what makes you tick, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, oh, look at Ego. He got these fucking glasses on, bro. Why is he wearing those glasses, man? Y'all are some weirdos. Y'all care about how men look, and you are a man. Caitlyn. What's that movie from Eye to Pappy? What is that? Is that Life? Fuck, what movie is that? I've heard that. And they were all claiming the baby. That is Life, okay. He said, Eye to Pappy, you gonna eat your cornbread. I need to watch that. That's my movie. So it said, Khan, you are not the father. Hey, leave Khan alone. Y'all tripping. Man, we about to be up. I got to get a new laptop so I could really flame the game. Man, Ego Army. Everybody should donate a $1 because we about to turn up. We about to turn up this Ego Fight Club too. Y'all think I'm joking. I'm about to start doing. We about to do real life Ego Durden. I hope you guys like it too, because I put thought into my channel to bring different stuff, and I got some ideas for the Ego Fight Club. We're gonna start doing like prediction shit. We might even fuck around and like create. See, oh my gosh, what do y'all think about this? And I gotta look into the rules because I don't know YouTube. I'm not getting my channel fucked up, but if there's a way I could create an escrow account. So remember the guy that bet me for the Luis Cuba Arias Jacobs fight? So if there's a way we could have like a holding account and then have a bet, so no matter what, the money is already there, so people can't just duck and dodge the fade. We might have to do something like that, where it's like a pot. Yeah, Bitcoin, I think I have one. I got Venmo and PayPal. Yeah, man, but that'll be cool. I got to look at the particulars how I can make that work, but so we can have an escrow account. So if that happens, then like nobody's out. You know what I mean? People can't backtrack. But yeah, I'm gonna do some giveaways and shit. Where's Troy King? I haven't talked to him in a couple of days, but I can link up with him. I'll hit him up. Y'all want Troy King this week? Y'all want me to try to hunt Troy King down? He's just been working. I've been working too, man. Like, see, we live. See, and that's the other thing. Like with these super chats and shit, y'all don't understand. This is a real life grind. Like, I don't even drive. Like, Sometimes I drive to Berkeley, and the traffic's always horrible. And then I take BART to San Francisco, which is it's like the subway. So it's the train. It's like this shit adds up. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like, I don't know. It's a lot. Like it's not like Troy King lived down the street. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all these trips add up and shit like that. Plus, I just been busy. I've been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes or whatever. So, damn, you sick as hell? That's crazy. Yo, we 6 likes away. Hit the like button. Oh yeah, I gotta ask Troy about Lomachenko Riga. No, that's a good one. Thank you for that suggestion. Yeah, the traffic from where I live to Berkeley, where I take the BART, is stupid. It's like it takes like an hour just off traffic. If there's no traffic, it wouldn't even take that long. It would only take like 20-25 minutes or something. But with that, and then I gotta take the BART. It's exhausting. Y'all don't understand. Like it's a real life grind out this bitch. Cause y'all see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all get it. Like I mean, ask Troy. Every time I go see Troy, for him it's easier because he lives closer out that way. Like he lives in Oakland and works in San Francisco. But every time I go to see Troy, that's what y'all don't understand with the hustle. And I'm just telling you, I'm not bitching and complaining. I'm just telling you. Every time I see him, I get home at like midnight, like 11 or midnight, because you know what I mean. I try to get as much footage as I can, then taking the BART and then driving home and all that. So it's a real life grind. Shout out to Luis. $1 super chat. Yeah, we about to get it cracking with the Ego Fight Club. We hit 200 likes. And that's it. We working. Ego, can we address the Rigo tweet about lack of promotion for December 9th fight on the later live stream? I didn't know he did that. What did he say? So shout out to my mod for bringing that to my attention. Hey, Jacobs is my dude. Jacobs is petty. Look at how petty Jacobs is. This shit was funny. Hold on. Jacobs is petty. Look, he said never ran, never will, case closed. And he gonna put this picture. That's fucked up. Jacobs is funny for that. He said never ran, cause remember Luis Arias was like, don't run. He gonna post that nasty ass uppercut. He said never ran, never will. Case closed. Yeah, I did a video about it. Dana White is not a rumor. He confirmed he's coming into boxing. I mean, like get his feet wet at least. I'm all for it. UFC does good promotion. They have like good promoting. Where's this rigging out about the promotion? I don't see nothing. J-Dog, just send it to me. If you can on Twitter, because I know you're on Twitter. I don't see this lack of promotion tweet. All right, I'm about to take a break. I might do another live stream, but holla at the kid. Peace out. Thank you, J-Dog. Shout out to all my mods making the streams go by very smoothly and helping me out, because we got to tame a lot of the craziness. Shout out to the Hot Seat, New Media, Ego Army, Ego Mafia, We Are the Mob, Money on Top of Boxing. I might be back with another one in a little bit. Holla at me.